So this is Greg Trotwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Garry Johnson with the Harlem Rocket to discuss his vision for this maritime ride in and around the waters of New York City. Garry, to start us off, can you discuss what inspired you to build and develop the Harlem Rocket business model? What did you see that was missing, and how is this different from any other high-speed tour vessel operation?
Well, Greg, first of all, thanks for having me here with you today. I grew up as a Navy brat with my stepfather being a surface warfare and intelligence officer. So I guess you can say that I have always had this love for the maritime environment, and it comes naturally to me. But there's some great tours in New York by some great operators such as Circline and Hornblower. But what I saw that was missing was something focused on a little bit different of an experience as opposed to the high rises and skylines. People are interested in history and culture of the waterfront, and particularly the people who live on that waterfront. And that really is a story that hasn't been told for the most part. We found that folks really like learning about diverse cultures and history. And then second, with this tour, people will get an opportunity to learn about maritime operations and the careers that are available to them, not just working for us, but for working with other operators and getting ready for other industries that are, spinning off from maritime.
So can you give us a by the numbers look at the endeavor today? Specifically, when was the concept born? How much is invested to date? And when do you officially start operations?
All right, sure. I got into the industry about 10 years ago, and in 2018, I read a report about international tourists coming to New York who were intrigued about smaller neighborhoods and specifically cultural insights, and that fit right in with our concept. So we put together an investment team, and we purchased the vessel, the first boat for the business, but this was right before the pandemic, and so that literally shut us down. But we're finally looking to get operational this summer.
How many boats will you have to start? What is the vision for the growth in the coming 5 years, say? I know that's always tough when you're just starting out. And can you also give us a little background on the boat themselves, where they were built, how big they are, and insights on things like the propulsion package?
Sure. Our first boat is a 93-passenger center console built by Yank Marine in Tuckahoe, New Jersey. Yank Marine and Ocean Rockets is the designer of most of these high-speed tour boats, whether it's the Beast in New York, Godzilla in Boston, the Patriot in San Diego, or the Sea Dog line. Our boat's a little bit smaller. It's about 58 feet. It has a beam of 16 feet, and it's powered by 2 Detroit diesels, generating a total of about 1,400 horsepower to 2 propellers. So it's not the monster that some of the others are. And that's fine for us because we're more focused on the history and the culture of the waterfront as opposed to the thrills and spills of a jet boat. But I was trained as an architect, Greg, so I'm inflicted with constant visionary concepts. So we're already looking at a future version of this type of vessel with a hybrid or an electric powered propulsion system, not only for the New York market, but for some of the other markets that we're looking at.
Obviously, the high-speed tour boat business in and around New York is seasonal. How do you envision revenue generation throughout the year? In this regard, I reference specifically you're interested in the growing business of offshore wind crew transfer vessels.
We are looking beyond just this tour operation. We've already had discussions with some other operators about potentially either chartering or acquiring some catamaran vessels that they have. And that would kind of expand on our season a little bit in terms of the profile of this particular business. So we're looking at that as well as looking at other markets for a similar Harlem Rocket style operation. Specifically to your question about CTV operations, there are very few people with CTV experience in the US market for obvious reasons because the offshore wind industry is just starting. But I think what makes us different is we have a really good team. It's not just me. I have a naval architect as part of my team who is experienced in designing and building hybrid vessels, catamaran vessels. We have a good maritime operations group in terms of advisors, a marketing guru, and good legal representation. And so, and we're the only minority-owned firm of this type in the New York area, or the Northeast, to be more specific. So we think that the combination of those factors, plus our positioning in the New York marketplace, gives us an opportunity to participate as a viable CTV operator as that industry matures in the coming years. And we're very intent on participating in that. So when we were in New Orleans, we looked at a host of designs. You know who all the designers are, so do we. And we're very interested in putting forward presentations as necessary, because we want to be a player in that market as well.
Okay, well, Garry, it was truly a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to talking to you in the future as the business grows and expands.
Greg, thank you for having us, and we look forward to talking to you soon too.